No BS Radio, Saturday nights with Cool Chris in the mix. And Michelle on that social, exclusively on The Surge.
Wow.
Christopher.
Wow.
We're almost at the end of October. What's up with that?
Yeah, man, it's almost done. Tomorrow will be pretty much midway to it, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't mine. Don't get us started talking about Halloween.
Yeah,
Hold on
we can't talk about Halloween.
Hello?
Hey, St. James here.
How are you?
I'm hanging in there. What's going on?
Good. We got your voicemail. We're like, oh no, what happened?
Nah, it's just my phone. It's just, I get so many calls, so I had to put it on Do Not Disturb. But I took it off. It still didn't ring, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm Michelle, and the guy that plays the music, he goes by DJ Cool Chris. And you guys, we have St. James on the phone.
St. James.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
Man, you got to tell us all about you, man, because, just looking at your social stuff, and we're excited to have you, and tell the world about yourself real quick.
Oh, man, I'm just a singer, songwriter, producer, CEO of my own independent label. Been an independent artist for about 30 years in the game. 52 years old, about to be 53. And don't look at much. Thank God for, they say black don't crack. So I appreciate you, Jesus.
Nice.
I'm a regular dude, man. I've been in the game since the 90s and, never quite made it through to the mainstream and major record deals. The industry's changed so drastically over the last 20 years, man. So just took the independent route, man, and now I'm finally getting some traction and enjoying the success of independent releases and streaming, and being an international recording artist and just, producing other artists, and just want to bring that R&B back, man. That classic R&B that makes you feel something, has some substance, and helps you get through things.
Wow.
Man, because it's not even really out there, man. It's not, you were so right about things changing. It's I don't want to say easier to break through, but it's more, you can get your stuff out there, in all different types of social platforms. You ain't got to wait, think about, man, I gotta send this CD or this tape to so-and-so and hope that they play it. And I mean, it's like the sky's the limit now. And it's like, it can definitely be done now. But yeah, I mean, there's not that good music out there no more, man. It's kind of like, I'm sure there's some quote unquote R&B out there, but it's not like it used to be, man. So God bless you for trying to do that again, man. Cause these youngsters, they need to hear it, man.
I tend not to blame the youngsters too bad. They're in their niche, because that's what it is. But you got to remember, 15, 20 years ago, they took all the music programs out to school. So the fundamentals of music, like the fundamentals of reading, the fundamentals of basketball, the fundamentals were removed from their their ability to have the opportunity to learn about music theory, reading music, music history, all that stuff. So you got to think the kids didn't have those a lot. That generated like 20 years of that not happening in the schools because public schools didn't have programs and budgets. So that's why a lot of that's missing with this generation in terms of that real good, because they don't have the history or the teaching or the training or development.
And at the same time, it's kind of crammed down their brains too. Everywhere you turn around, there's a little this and a little that. But kids are intelligent though. I mean, and I can say that because, our kids, they listen, they get down to Prince, they listen to Metallica, and it's that because music is music. I mean, you play something to them that, they're like, man, what's that song? And it's like, oh man, that song was out before you were born. They're like, really? And then it's on their playlist, man. So it's like, I mean, music is ageless. It's just getting it back out there to them,
Right. Yes, sir. It's funny because I think everybody that either does music, promotes music, creates music, think they know what's best for music. It's funny. Everybody's Einstein when it comes to music industry, music business. I just want to do what I do, and the people gravitate towards and enjoy it, so be it. But ultimately, man, I don't want to be a star. I'm not looking to be in a record label deal. I'm done with all that I call it a pipe dream, only because financially, there's a lot of artists aren't understanding, man. The game is so bigger than what you think, and it's so rigged. So if I can't make back what I spend on producing a record then does that not take the logic of the business side of the music out of the equation? I mean, yeah, you can do other things like try and find multiple streams of income and branding and endorsements and stuff. But let's get back to basics, man. I don't make records to not make a living off of what I make, or at least make the money back I spent to make a quality song. I can even stream on the back end and get my money back. That's not making any business sense in the industry, and that's what a lot of artists aren't understanding. So if the mainstream industry labels are not capitulating to supporting urban music, I ain't talking hip hop, I'm talking R&B, neo soul, jazz, all that stuff. Those are contemporary other genres of music that's being left out financially from the major labels, because they're only just they just want to promote this crap and push it down our throats with that have nothing to do with the other genres that's getting left out that happen to involve African Americans. It's really a frustrating situation to be in. At my age, I see it from a business mind more so than an artistic mind, because when you're an artist, you focus on the music. When you become a CEO and a businessman, you really see the big picture.
Have you had anyone that you've kind of like that you've mentored, or that maybe like you have someone in the family, maybe like family friends, that their kids or young adults like are wanting to get into the industry, and then like what is it? Do they come to you? Like, do they ask you for advice? Everything that you just told us, and then now like, it's like seeing is believing. We can teach our kids, all of these things, but finally when they see it for themselves, like how hard it is, and then they're kind of like, yeah, that's like what he was talking about. So have you like mentored anybody, or have you had anyone come to you for advice?
Well, I'm ever since I've been on this journey, since I dropped that Being Gentle record a year ago in July, I've been on a mission as an independent artist to just educate anybody want to hear what I got to say. It's not really about me. It's about this music. It's not about St. Jaimz, the artist, or me as an individual. I really genuinely have nothing to lose here at this point in the game, at my age and what I've been through my journey. I just want to help people. I want to make great music. I also want to school and educate people about the business side of things, because independently you learn a harder lesson because you're spending your own money. See, when most people get record deals, that's the record label basically lending you funds to do the same thing I'm doing, except now I'm doing it out of my pocket. And when it's coming out of your pocket, it's a whole total different experience when you have to go through certain people to try to get your music on the radio. Then you want to get promotions, and you got to do streaming. It's just so many layers on me, so much crap. By the time you get to actually hearing your record, you're exhausted from the journey of because then you don't know who's going to do right by your money, your budget. When you submit give somebody a couple of $1,000 for something, you're like, are they going to really do it? You don't know. It's a very, very crazy thing. So people come to me, but I want to educate more certain things. So to answer your question real quick, I want to say this. I have a thing called the independent artist movement. I'm just trying to bring artists together to kind of actually address these issues, because they have to start regulating this industry like they do anything else, so the artists can have a fair shake at it, man. These kids are out here spending their life savings, sometimes their parents' money, families mortgaging their houses and foreclosing on stuff, losing stuff for their kids' dreams. Like, this is the music business. It's incredible. Yeah. So something's got to be done legally and congressionally, I believe.
Oh yeah. I think the first time that we all love music, it doesn't matter what genre it is, but I think I finally like I paid attention to what was the movie, Chris, with Tupac? I can't remember the movie.
Which one?
With Tupac, where they showed Dre and Snoop and what's it called? Straight Outta Compton. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Right. So I've watched documentaries too, but I think that was like the first time where they made it interesting to kind of get like a view of what it was like because everybody wants to get signed, everybody wants to have all the money, to get, the diamonds and all of this stuff. But then it's like later on, they're like, where did my money go? And they're not understanding that it's not their money. You get what I'm saying? Like it's like it's like you just said, it's like a loan, and then they start, taking all their boys out shopping and buying, bottles of champagne and everything. And then by then they're just like, where the hell is the money? And so
Right.
I think exactly, what you said, with the independent artist, because, a lot of, it's just like with college, there's so many trying to do, because that's what's getting shoved down their throat. And we've got children, that college is the thing to do, and so this is something that was actually, I just found this out yesterday. And so here, since we're in Texas, they have required for seniors, because we have a daughter that's a senior, and so she is required to fill out an application for financial aid. And if not, they have to get like a waiver signed by their parents. And this is a requirement for you to graduate. And it's just so crazy, because it's like, not everybody plans on going to college. Not everybody can go to college. Some people just don't even want to go to college, and this is something that I talked to the counselor, and she was just like, you know what, the government has so much money out there that, they want to make it accessible to everybody, but you have to apply before the funds run out. And so I think that's a thing too, with like when you mentioned, these kids that are, they do have parents that support them and want to do anything and everything to make their kids' dreams come true. But there's so many people out there doing it that it's just like, where does it end? And our senior, she wants to be a dancer, and I'm like, man, do you know how many people out there want to go and dance in music videos and tour and everything, and it's just like they have to have like some type of backup plan. But who are we to say, like, you don't want to tell your kids that, you want them to do it all, but at the same time, you want to look out for them, because people in the industry, I guess, they could just be really shitty, and they can just take advantage because they don't have the knowledge.
Right. And to just kind of piggyback on what you're saying, the reality is that is exactly it. But, I get political about this industry because it's a business, and it's no different than any other corporation in America. The music industry is a multi-billion-dollar corporation that's not run by black folks. We're playing the gatekeeper game a lot of times, and people don't want to hear this, but I'm telling you right now, a lot of African Americans in the music industry don't have juice anymore. Ain't none of them got juice. Diddy, all them cats ain't got no power. No, that's why he making records. Think about it. BET isn't even owned by African Americans anymore. I'm not saying it because I got issues with white folks in power. I'm just saying we always relinquishing it and giving up our creative control for whatever we do it for. So with that being said, the industry is just it's financially not putting black kids in a position to succeed unless they're doing rap or they're the girl is basically exploiting her, allowing herself to be exploited. The woman, young ladies being exploited.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of negative position they put our children in, not just the kids, but look at our African American, our black people that's doing R&B and soul music. It's just no money in it. Them labels aren't putting millions of dollars behind black artists. When the last time you heard a star black artist since Usher, or maybe and maybe Ella May kind of squeaked through there, but outside of that, you haven't heard none. But John Legend killing the game, but he ain't singing R&B.
Yeah, and then you kind of like, you're surprised whenever, unless you're like a diehard fan of one of these artists, or you've watched them, like on the come up, like starting underground, as an independent, like you said, and grow. And then you see these music categories, and you're just like, who the hell is that? Because you don't know, but you won't know them unless you like heard of them on the radio. And so it's hard to build it that way. But more importantly, this is what I want to say to you, because you mentioned your daughter wants to be a dancer, but I know in your heart you're like, why did you want to be a doctor, a scientist, or something? You know what I mean? Because the reality is, think about it. It's not that the opportunities aren't there for certain for our kids and our people. Yeah. It's a lot of pain, but they're making it easier for them to say, the hell with going to school to be a biologist or a chemist or a math teacher or a math professor, whatever. Yeah.
Or whatever. I'm going to be a rapper, a singer, a dancer, a videographer, a podcaster.
Yeah.
So, because I think a lot of people don't want to deal with a lot of nonsense these days. So that's the music industry. And I just always felt like this, and just you can edit out what you need to in what I say. I'm sure you will. But I just feel like the music industry is a slave ship now to a lot of black kids, man. It's like, if you want to put a group, alienate a race of people and put them in a position to be codependent, the music industry is just that, just the pipe dream of it. It's the slave ship. we're enslaved by this dream that doesn't even need to exist anymore, because I can do this myself. If I got enough, I can get a loan. If I can buy a house, I can finance my music career. It's that simple, because that's all the label's going to do. And then they're going to take everything from you, and then you're going to be upset and distraught. Like everyone, look at everybody, Anita Baker, everybody fighting for their masters. Listen, my masters. What are you, slave?
Yeah. No, I don't know if you've watched the Selena series, but I mean, they talked about that too, how, they wanted her to speak Spanish, and then they didn't want her to speak Spanish. And she had, her father and her family, her team, her crew, put her music together, and then they wanted to sign her, over. And you've got, this big guy, top guy, like, hey, we're going to have to change some things. And she just didn't feel comfortable about it, and it just, we've already seen the movie, and now with the series, and then, you watch these documentaries and like, man, it sucks, because, Selena was such a beautiful woman, and she embraced, her culture. She embraced, the Spanish language, and she learned to sing. And then all of a sudden, here, she's like, she wants to be big. She talks about Madonna and the Paula Abduls, and everybody. And then they're like wanting to totally like, just like change everything, change her music, just change the production, everything. And it just sucks, because it's like, I mean, it's happening a lot. But I wanted to ask you a question. What is the first song that, so Chris can get it queued up, what is the first song that you want to introduce to our listeners?
The Being Gentle record.
The Being Gentle? Okay.
Yeah, featuring Renee.
Okay.
That's the first record I put out about a year ago that broke through and really made some noise on a lot of mainstream situations.
Okay.
With on a food stamp budget. EBT.
Wow.
Hey man, let me tell you something, man. First of all, we ain't gonna delete nothing. We ain't gonna take nothing out. The radio business for a DJ is kind of sort of like the same BS that artists go through. We made a decision. One, I think traditional radio AM FM is going away any minute.
Right.
Its relevance is on a time clock, right? And so we decided that we're gonna, when we made this radio station, we decided we're going to do what we want, play whatever we want, any genre we want. So I mean, we play R&B, hip hop, heavy metal, independent, underground, everything, man, because I want the artistic freedom to play whatever the hell I want. If there's a song, if there's an artist out there, and there's a ton of talent out there that just does not get recognized for the very reasons that you say. And so, this is our platform to try to help people out, because, when I was on radio and commercial radio, I got this hot record, man, from this cat that's from Dallas, and they're like, oh man, we'll listen to it, but you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, and it's shitty, man, but because there's plenty of money out there for everyone to make it, heaven forbid if they lose $10, trying to, give somebody some airplay. So I feel you on all that, on everything that you're saying, and so, that's why we're here. So, I mean, whatever you're feeling, whatever you say, man, it stays on.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that liberty and that freedom to express myself, because that's how I am in most of my interviews. But some people still politically correct. We're living in a weird society. But as an independent artist, I'm not going to be looking over my shoulder watching what I say. I know how to respect women. I know how not to be homophobic, and I know how to basically keep it, where I'm not trying to offend nobody. You just got to know how to talk. That's all it is. But I'm going to say what I want to say.
and that's why I think we've gotten along with so many people, just because the show, we were just like, man, what do we call it? We're like, you know what, there's like no bullshitting, because everybody's different. We've had people come on the show talk about sex, God, religion, drugs,
right.
Whether they drink or not, one night stands, everything, and it's like, and I'm actually want to kick a shout out to Lisa, but I was just surprised that she didn't ask if we had questions, because even some people that think that they're like small, independent artists, that they're just getting started, like some of them will say like, do you have like a set list of questions? And I'm like, no, I just want you to feel like you're hanging out with people, like you're hanging out with friends. And because what is an interview if you're like supposed to watch what the hell you say, or if you're supposed to like not, get to know, people and stuff like that too. So I'm glad that we're able to to do that.
It works for me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I can do this all day. It's what I do. I live, eat, sleep, and breathe music and this music industry independently. It's my job, my business. So 24/7, not a hobby, not a game. Very serious, very focused, very passionate about it. And I'm gonna keep on hitting them in the mouth with these records because they ain't seen nothing yet. I got 3. I'm about to drop 4 new records next Friday. Stay tuned.
That's gonna be awesome. So are we doing? Yeah. Are we doing?
Yeah, let's give them a taste. Let's get into. Hold on, just a second, Jaimz.
What's all this talk about? Let me hear them records.
Right.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on a second.
All right. The name of the song is "Being Gentle." St. Jaimz on the No Bullshit Radio Show, The Surge, DFW on the Odyssey and TuneIn radio apps. Man, we talking real tonight. So you guys, I hope you ain't in your feelings, man, because we're doing what we do because this is what we do, man. Being Gentle, St. Jaimz on the Surge, DFW.
Girl, I understand that your body needs attention, and I don't wanna take away from your body's perfections by being too rough. It's not enough to just be gentle, so don't wanna make it hard, 'cause it's all way too simple.
And I wanna take away all your body's aggression, but don't be too rough. I love it, touch it soft and gentle, so don't wanna make it hard, 'cause it's all way too simple, baby.
I never wanna stop loving you, girl, so don't you ever stop being in my world.
Never wanna stop loving you, boy, so don't you ever stop giving me joy.
I'll be gentle,
please be very gentle
when I'm loving you, when I'm loving you.
Boy, I hope you understand that your love's my addiction, by chance if you will leave, then you'll become my affliction. I die, I won't give up being touch, because it's simple. So what I love most of all is your love is so gentle, baby.
Girl, I hope you understand you're my prized possession, and loving you gently has become my obsession. I'll hold you up just like I love. I'll keep it simple, so just come and celebrate our love. Let's not be judgmental, baby. Stop loving you, so don't you ever stop being in my
And I
world.
never wanna stop loving you, boy, so don't you ever stop giving me joy.
I'll be gentle.
Please be very gentle
When I'm
loving you,
When I'm loving you,
loving you,
when I'm loving you,
holding you,
wanting to please you.
when you're lying next to me, baby.
St. Jaimz on the surge, DFW, being gentle. Man, let me tell you.
That was nice and smooth, St.
Nice
Jaimz.
and smooth.
Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So I wanted to ask, whenever you are, when you're producing a song and there's like you're, singing and you have like a female, artist singing, like, do you usually are you like with the songwriting, like, do you usually write their parts, or have you ever had someone like come in and be like, hey, I want to write my own, like my verse to this song?
Nah, not typically, because what happens is a lot of people aren't in, unless they're already in the industry and got their establishment. Most established artists, most of them come in looking for direction, and they want to hit. They want to hit records. So, they want to, from intro to outro. So that's when they'll come to my studio and be like, yo, but I want to make some records with you. So I just ask them, do they have any ideas? What's the type of song they want to do? They want to cover remakes or something, and then we go from there, and then we just build it. And that's kind of how I do it typically. And then we have a team, and we put together the record like Motown used to do.
Yeah, I love. I can tell. I love like R&B, collaborations, but I like a lot of the. Like the DJ Khaled, how he just seems to put like, this crazy, and I say like a crew, like a cast of people, but he's got like his rappers, and he's got like his guys, that sing like the R&B-ish, type stuff like that. But Chris and I were just talking because the beginning, before we got you on the phone, he was playing Blackstreet, he was playing No Diggity, and so I wanted to ask, what is your favorite, your favorite R&B group?
Drew Hill.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Drew Hill because they still killing it. Cisco's phenomenal, still ridiculous. And all of them came back together recently. They sound just as amazing as they did in the '90s to me, man. Them boys still got it. So with that being said, which is why it's ridiculous that they don't have a record deal right now. As dope as that band is, that group is, why aren't they signed to a major? It don't make sense.
And I was just thinking about, kind of touching back on what I was saying about the radio stuff. There's definitely radio stations out there that are they call themselves R&B radio stations, but they're just doing the the stuff from the 90s and the 2000s. They ain't breaking records, for anyone. They're not. It's just, it's nice because it's nice to hear Drew Hill, 112 New Edition on the radio, but what about the other people? What about the people still doing it like yourself? They're not getting any exposure because it's not the quote unquote cool thing to do. But you can't if you're young and you're trying to holler at a guy or a girl, you can't say, hey, I want to dedicate WAP to you. Nah, man, you can't do that. Back in the day, you can spit some game to a female, say, that song Being Gentle, that's all for you, girl. And bam, it's over with.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't do that now.
Yeah, definitely can't do that now. Well, you could, but it's a whole different level.
Oh man, it's on a different, man. I don't know, man.
It's a total different love language. They just trying to hit it and quit it and go home. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
get out my face. Thank you. No thank you or something.
Like,
I don't know, man.
It's like to ask now, what song did you make a COVID baby to? So it's one of those.
Like right now.
Yeah.
I got to go with Chris Brown, F You Back to Sleep.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
That was my cut right there. That was a bad record, melody and everything. That's the baddest. To me, that's one of the baddest records Chris Brown. If he, outside of using the F word in the song, he could have said, sex you back. I think he did that as a clean version. Sex you back to sleep, girl. That's all. I
haven't heard that one. And and I love Chris Brown, so.
Oh, you gotta trust me. Go Google it on YouTube.
Okay.
It's F You Back to Sleep, girl.
Okay.
F You Back to Sleep, girl. But it's a clean version. Sex You Back to Sleep. But either way, study that record. It's got Marvin Gaye in it. It's got some really Michael Jackson elements. It's a really great, well put together R&B record. And I think if Chris Brown stayed in that lane, he might not still be popular.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. If he had stayed doing kind of R&B, he would have lost a younger crowd. So the fact that he's still doing that trap soul stuff with all that auto tune, he's just staying relevant. I give him another 3-4 years. He'd be needing to make some decisions. Him and Usher.
Yeah, I mean, so you, I mean, I don't know if you haven't probably listened to the show before, but I'm a huge Miguel fan, and Miguel.
Love Miguel.
Yes. And so like I listen to Miguel so much that like the kids, I mean like Chris, I mean we all, you know, just we have our favorites, but I honestly like, you know, it's so crazy because we would, you know, you don't hear a whole lot about Miguel, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people, you know, even talked crap about like some of his music, like, you know, like it was just different. You know what I mean? Like he's just kind of, and he's just got so many different what is the styles or like
he has different feels to his music. Like you can't box him into one specific sound because he'll flip it on you. R&B 1 minute, some pop the next minute, some rock soul.
Yeah,
he bad.
Yes.
Oh, he's underrated as hell. He killing the Weeknd, I tell you that.
Oh yeah. See, and our kids, they were listening to The Weeknd before like he got big, you know, like he just blew up, you know, but they were also listening to Drake, you know, before, you know, with his mixtapes and stuff like that too, before, you know, he grew, you know, as big as he is now. And it's just like, it's crazy because Chris and I, our kids, were just listening to music all the time. And our kids, like, they have their favorite songs of like the Bee Gees, or, you know, we will listen to like some Marvin Gaye, or, you know, we were listening to War the other day. You know, on Sundays we play like a lot of old school, you know, like music, stuff like that too. So we would love to add, you know, some of your older songs, you know, there, just because those are like the cookout days, you know, where people like to have family over there, you know, barbecuing and watching the games and stuff like that. So, right. I mean, I think your music is great, and it's just going to be a perfect fit for the station. So, let's get the second song. What's the second song that you'd like to introduce so Chris can get it ready?
Make It Do What It Do.
You got that one? I'm looking right now. So I will tell you that Simple Man is my favorite.
Oh, that's the Pop's record. Yeah, that mug. Yeah, Pop's got 1 million streams on that mug already. So we doing our thing. And
I think, and I only heard like snippets of it just throughout stories and with, you know, posts, and then, but when I honestly like listened to the whole thing, I listened to it with the video, just because I'm either I listen to it first and I like it, or if I watch the video, I like what the video has, and then I like the song that goes along with it. But this was like, I like the video and I like the song. So yeah. And I just loved everything about it. I think that it was because it was kept classy. Right. Was one of the main things, because I mean, I don't know, you know. It's
Pop's record, and it's my pops. He's 77 years old. He used to be in the music industry. You know, he's one of them older cats who've been through the game. And what happens is they got their publishing taken, you know, by the labels back in the day. And so his legacy of music, even though he wrote some hit records on that Billboard record, he didn't get no writing. He didn't own the publishing on the record. So the checks don't keep coming. So yeah, you know, you go through that. So I wanted to make sure he could redeem himself and the music. That's where the Simple Man project came out from my pops.
Yeah, that was my favorite. I wanted to tell you, Chris said he does not have that one. So tell us, Chris, tell him which ones you've got. And then
so we got, of course, Simple Man, To the Face, Who Do You Love, Baby Come to Me, Rock With You.
You gotta play Baby Come to Me. I know these are ballads, but these and cover records, but they killed the game. I'm almost 6.5 million streams on the EP already as an independent plus. So that, but this was a #1 indie soul record, Baby Come to Me, my remake.
Okay, cool.
As well as Being Gentle, they both hit #1 on the indie soul charts.
All right, well, so let's do that one real quick and put you on hold for just a second, okay, man? Hold on just a second. All right, St. Jaimz on the Surge, DFW, No Bullshit Radio. We're doing it grown and sexy. The name of this track is Baby Come to Me on the Surge, DFW.
Thinking back in time when love was only in my mind, I realized ain't no second chance. You got to hold on to romance to don't let it slide. There's a special kind of magic in the air when you find another heart that needs to share. Baby, come to me. Let me put my arms around you. This was meant. This was meant to be. I'm so glad I found you. Need you each and every day. Gotta have your love around me, baby. Always stay. Always stay. 'Cause I can't go back to living without you. Spending every dime to keep you talking on the line. That's how it was. Yeah, listen. And all those walks together, out in any kind of weather, just because. Yeah. There's a brand new way of looking at your life when you know that love is standing by your side. Baby, come to me. Put my arms around you. This was meant to be. I'm also glad I found you. I need you every day. I gotta have your love. 'Cause I can't go back to living without you. Without you. Baby, the night can be cold. There's a chill to every evening when you're all alone. Don't talk anymore. Won't talk, baby. 'Cause you know that I'll be here to keep you warm. I'll keep you warm. Come to me. Let me put my arms around you. We were meant to be. I'm so glad I found you. I need you every day. Gotta have your love. Always stay. I can't go back. No. Let me put my arms around you. Hey, I need you every day, baby. I gotta have, girl, I want you to stay. 'Cause I can't go back to living without you. Baby, come to me. Arms around you. This was meant to be. And I'm also glad I found you. I need you every day. I gotta have your love around me. Always stay.
St. Jaimz on the Surge, DFW, and I tell you what, Michelle, if people didn't know that was an older song, I don't think they would know it was a remake.
Sounds like it was like maybe, what do the songs say? Like remastered?
Yeah, it was definitely a good updated version of it. Yeah, I liked it for sure.
I like that one.
Yes.
So St. Jaimz, tell us who was singing the female vocalist on that song.
The same young lady that sang on the Gentle record, Sine.
Okay.
Yeah, I teamed up back to back on that for the project, and we killed the Gentle record so much, so I had her back on that one. I just couldn't hear another voice on it like that, man. And the way we arranged it, I loved it. I love the whole vibe, man. I just wanted to pay homage to Jaimz Ingram, Jaimz Ingram and Patty Austin, and of course Quincy Jones. So
Yeah. I love that one. I think it was when the beat kind of came in, is kind of make it like it's a today song.
Yeah.
Right, Chris?
Right, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
throwback, but yeah, today, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Put elements of today in terms of the production, but make sure I stay true to the melody, and I sang it like it was the last time I was gonna sing that record. That's how I do when I get in the booth. I put everything into it. That's why Mary is so successful vocally. She just sings with her whole. She leaves it all on the microphone, all in the booth. So and it translates through the music. Hopefully, people resonate that I meant that song. That was one of my favorite records growing up as a kid.
Well, you definitely have a wonderful voice. I like that one. I think it was
thank
good.
you.
Yeah. So, tell everybody where they can find you, like your social media, your social media accounts and your music and stuff like that too?
I'm all over the social media stratosphere, as they say, viral, but I don't know. That's what I'm being told. But anyway, you can find me on Google. I have an official website that I try to keep current for the most part. It's stjaimz.com, SaintJaimz, stjaimz.com. You can find me on all digital streaming platforms. Just search the St. Jaimz name. And like I said, Google and all over every social media, Instagram, St. Jaimz, Twitter, Facebook, and just a regular down-to-earth guy, loves music. So you guys can reach out anytime, got any questions. And as far as the mentoring question, I really that's my passion. I used to work with Boys and Girls Club, youth development. I worked with juvenile corrections. So I've always had a thing to try to empower the youth, not for no fanfare or none of that mess, but because if they really have no options right now, there's no summer jobs, there's no internships. What do they want kids to do in the summer when they at their height of boredom? Come on, man.
Yeah, especially I saw something with COVID, this past year, and it's still kind of being a thing, but kids, it was crazy just because it's like, to think about that a lot of kids weren't being able to eat, just because they weren't in school. That was like their guaranteed meal, and so just to see that, the school districts were stepping up, just to help kids, to make sure that they had at least a breakfast and a lunch, provided for them, during COVID. And just like you said, with all of the programs and stuff that are being like taken away, or the funds, a lot of parents complain, about the schools always asking for money, but it's like, man, you ask where the money goes, because, it's like, you have taxpayers and, and all of this money that the schools are supposed to have, to, for the kids, and all these programs. But, at the end of the day, it's like, right now, a lot of the classes that our kids have, they're like, having fundraisers, just to raise money for things for the school. And you're just like, I think it's on everybody's, mind every once in a while, like, where does the money really go? You know what I mean? Because it's like, we're always giving money, and it's just like, man. But that's good for you that you can do that, and that people can count on you, and they know. I saw like a picture on Pinterest, and it's just like, nowadays people used to just give, without even knowing, and now it's like everybody's handing money out, where they're doing nice things, but they want to document it, they want to record it. So that's good to hear that you are, that you're doing that. You're definitely a blessing to somebody. And I know that you said earlier in the beginning that, that you never made it like mainstream or anything, but you're just as equally, talented, if not even more. And just because, just you can tell just by the way you sing, that there's just a lot of heart and a
lot of passion.
Yeah, in it. a lot of passion in it. But so tell us about let's get into Simple Man, and tell us about that before we have to let you go. But tell us about Simple Man.
Okay, well, as a CEO of my own independent label, I'm putting other artists. So this is the record that my pops is the artist on. Everything is like Quincy Jones used to do it back in the day. Be Quincy Jones presents, or Quincy Jones featuring Tamia or Tevin Campbell. It was just, I'm basically branding my name, and because I'm also trademark. Just recently got my name St. Jaimz and my independent label trademark, which is another aspect of this industry that people don't end up handling their business in, and end up having their name taken or having to buy their name back from somebody because they were smart enough to trademark your name. So that's another part of branding as an artist. So branding is another next level of this industry, especially if you want to monetize something majorly in the future. So Simple Man is my pops. So I'm featuring my pops, even though I'm singing a little bit on the background, but it's all about pops. So I'm basically presenting pops to the world underneath my umbrella of what I've had the success as an independent artist the last couple of years. So I got another artist, other artists that I'm like the whole night out to the face. This is the cannabis record that we did. It's weed record, which I call it. Well, we Californian, so it's sticky icky green out here, baby, and it's all legal.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We call it trees in Texas.
Yeah, you got trees.
Yeah.
We call it tree out here, but most of the time we just Smoke weed every day. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, I think I heard that one, and so I'm going to shout out to Lisa again. Tell her thank you for making all this possible, and I thank you for reaching out, and I'm gonna get you. We're gonna get your videos so that way we can go ahead, because we have a YouTube channel. So that way, whenever people listen to this interview, which is going to be like a podcast episode, then they'll be able to go and find your videos as well. And anytime that you have a new single, albums, whatever you guys call them, I've heard everything from mixtapes to EPs to just everything. Yeah. Whenever they come out, if you want to send us some music so that way we can get it on the station, we would love to do that. But I mean, thank you for taking the time out, to talk to us. And our daughter lives out in California, so hopefully whenever we make it out there, maybe we can go
to studio.
Yes, we could.
Studio, that's where I'm at, man. Most times, studio rats. So yeah, definitely. If you guys stay in touch, I know you talk to a lot of people, and everybody say that, but I mean it. If you ever remember me, just reach out anytime. I won't act like I remember you.
Oh, for sure. No, thank you. Yeah, we'll make a trip out there. It's just Texas. You travel in Texas for like hours before you even get to California. So
it's about 5-6 hour plane ride from Texas to Cali. Yo.
And same thing to you. If you ever make it to Texas, our home is your home. So
at some point we could just get together and smoke some sticky icky.
Smoke weed.
Smoke weed every day.
All right. All right, so y'all have a good evening.
Well, it was nice talking to you. I'm going to put you on hold so I can talk to you for a second. And everybody, this is Simple Man. This one's my favorite.
It's been a long time, I've been wondering. I haven't seen you in the neighborhood. What's going on with you? Your mama said you spend your days crying. Just let me know if there's something I can do. Today, tomorrow, tonight. Take your time. You are my life. Let me show you what I told you. I will love you for the rest of your life. You can call me when you're lonely. I'm just a simple man, and I'll do you right. Hey girl, I know we're just friends, and I'll be around like your next of kin, yeah. And I promise to keep you in my life, and I'll never ever give up without a fight, yeah. Today, tomorrow, tonight. Take your time. You are my life. Let me show you what I told you. I will love you for the rest of your life. Your life. You can call me when you're lonely. I'm just a simple man, and I'll do you right. A day don't go by when I don't think of you. Girl, I love you when you want me to. Yeah, I'll wipe away your tears, so forget about your fears. You know I'll be there, year after year after year. I'm just a simple man. Yes, I am. I wanna hold your hand, always by your side. My love for you just a simple man. Yes, I am. Doing the best I can. Lady, you can count on me every day.
St. Jaimz on the Surge, DFW, Simple Man, Pops, and St. Jaimz. Good times, man. Shout out to him. Appreciating him for giving us some time and allowing us to introduce him to the Surge listeners. Make sure you check out St. Jaimz on all social media platforms, music platforms, and of course you're gonna hear him on the Surge, DFW. No Bullshit Radio, Cool Chris and Michelle on that social. Make sure you check out and you follow the Surge DFW on Instagram. It is the.surge.dfw. And of course, you can hear us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on the TuneIn Radio app and also the Odyssey Radio app, AUDACY. And make sure you check out our YouTube channel. All of our interviews and podcasts are on the YouTube channel. And also every so often, I'll put a mix up for you guys. We're going to be... it's Halloween month, so we've got the Halloween mixes up, and make sure you check them out and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We've been doing pretty well as far as subscribers, and so appreciate everyone for hooking us up with that. Is it time to go, Michelle? Michelle already got her mic off, and she's already bailing on me, and I'm overall hype and feeling grown and sexy because of St. Jaimz and all that good stuff, man. So, all right, everybody, have a good night. And of course, we will see you on the next edition of the No Bullshit Radio Show on the Surge DFW. And should I leave it right there, man? All right, everybody, show some love. And man, we got big things coming for you. All kinds of things. We're in and out the year, and we're already making plans for next year. So we ain't gonna stop. Michelle be trying to threaten me that we ain't gonna do it no more, but you know. She just be, you know, she enjoys it just as much as I do, so don't even trip. All right, we out of here. No Bullshit Radio on the Surge, DFW.
No BS Radio, Saturday nights with Cool Chris in the mix and Michelle on that social, exclusively on the Surge.